Hey guys, so today in our reading lesson we are going to be working with a paired passage. I know we've been working on it recently a lot, and so we're just going to keep on trucking through and working really hard on it so we can become awesome masters at paired passages. So to start, we're going to look at our objective. So let's swing on over and look at that. All right, so our learning objective is we will make connections between paired passages. And our language objective is I will read and label paired passages in order to be successful with the format. So today you're going to be reading and labeling the paired passages. You're only going to be doing the first half, but that is going to be our goal, is we're going to be reading and labeling so that we can be successful with the passages. So how today's lesson is going to look with reading and labeling our paired passages, we're going to label together as a class, and I'm going to walk you through that in this video. And then after that, the substitute teacher is going to pause the video. You're going to pair up. Please don't ask me how yet. Okay, I'll tell you more about how you're going to pair up later on. But you're going to pair up. You're going to be buddy reading that first passage together, and then you're going to be answering the questions on your own. Okay, and I'll tell you about more how far I want you to go within the packet. But just do know that you are going to be doing some of the work today with a partner and some of the work by yourself. All right, so before we get started, I have something to show you. So I found this joke. It says, "Hey, I saw you looking at those shoes the other day." And then he says, "So I bought you a pair." And it's a pair in the picture, not a pair of shoes. All right, let's get started with our lesson. All right. I forgot my passage at home, and so I had to retake this part of the video in my classroom. So yes, my outfit has changed, and I'm in a different location. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do is, now that you have your packet and your name should already be on the top, we are going to label our passages. So the first one is called A Responsible Girl. That is passage number 1. So with your pencil, you're going to put number 1 at the top. Okay. So A Responsible Girl is number 1. All right, turn to the next passage, which is the Korat. That's passage number 2. So you're going to put a number 2 on the top. Okay, so then we turn to, this is page 67. It says use a responsible girl to answer questions 1 through 8. These are questions 1. So I put a number 1 at the top. Questions 1 through 8 are questions 1. And if you look, 7 and 8 are on the next page. I'm going to put a number 1 up there as well. Okay. I keep turning. I'm going to turn to page 69. Okay, it says use the Korat to answer questions 9 through 12. So this is going to be questions 2. So at the top of that page, I put a number 2. Okay, 9, 10, 11, 12 are for passage 2. And then on page 70, these are our special both questions. Okay, it's going to be questions 13 through 15. So I'm going to put a number 1, a number 2, and my 2 stars. Okay, because these are my special paired passage questions. All right, I'm going to walk through the whole packet again to make sure that you guys have it labeled just like I do. And remember, you're labeling with your pencil so that you will be successful with the format. All right, A Responsible Girl is passage number 1. The Korat is passage number 2. Questions 1 through 8 are passage 1. So it's actually 2 pages. Passage 1, 1 through 8. Questions 9 through 12 are passage 2. And then questions 13 through 15 are our special paired questions, and they have the stars on top. So they have a number 1 and number 2. All right, please make sure you have labeled your whole packet just like I have. All right, so now that we have labeled our passage, we're now going to be moving on to the partner part of our lesson. So what we're going to do is, whenever the substitute teacher pauses the video, you are going to stand up, hand up, and pair up. So no T-Rex arms, I want full arms in the air, okay? And you're going to pair up with somebody who does not sit at the same table as you, okay? I don't care who you pair up with, as long as they just don't sit with you, okay? So you kind of get that choice. But please remember that we do need to be kind, and we're not running across the room saying, best friend, best friend, best friend, okay? We just kind of want to put our hand up, pair up with the first person we kind of look at, and then get to work with them. After you guys have high-fived like, you are paired up, you're going to find a spot around our room to sit on the floor. Keyword is the floor. You are not allowed to sit on any furniture. That includes our rocking chair, that includes our soft brown chair, any of the stools, any of the pillows, nothing like that. You are on the floor. Okay, you're going to find a spot around the room, kind of spread yourselves apart. At that point, you're then going to sit shoulder to shoulder, knee to knee. And I'm pointing those opposite, but yes, shoulder to shoulder, knee to knee. Okay, so you're sitting right next to each other because then you're going to be reading your passages together. Okay, just the first passage. Okay, so when you pause, remember, you're going to take your packet, a pencil, and your highlighter. You're going to stand up, hand up, pair up. You're going to high five, and then find a spot around the room, not on any furniture. Okay, and you're going to then, I forgot what I was going to say. Darn it! Okay, once you are sitting next to your partner, sitting shoulder to shoulder, knee to knee with all your materials, then you are just going to sit there patiently and quietly until the substitute teacher is able to play the video. Now, the key to this is making sure you are waiting quietly so they see that you are ready to go and be an awesome learner with paired passages. All right, here we go. All right, so now that you and your partner are sitting together, you have all your materials, you are ready to go. Let me give the instructions for what you're going to be doing with your partner and then when you will be going back to your seat to work by yourself. So you are going to buddy read the first passage, okay? So that means taking turns. That could be by paragraphs, that could be by groups of paragraphs, maybe pages, just depending on what you and your partner decide to do. And you are going to buddy read that first passage, making sure that you're highlighting, taking notes to the side so that you really can fully understand that passage. After you have read the first passage, you both are going to go back to your normal seats. So you're leaving the floor, going to your normal seat. Okay? From there, you are going to answer the questions for passage 1 by yourself. So you read one, now you're going to answer one. After you have answered questions 1, you're going to read passage 2 by yourself at your seat. That is it. You are not answering questions 2 or the paired questions. Okay? Not answering questions 2 or the paired questions. Turn to your shoulder partner and tell them, we're not answering questions 2 or the paired questions. Tell them. Very good. Okay? So, give me 5. All right. So, buddy read the first passage, then go back to your seats, answering by yourself. Okay, then you're going to finish reading the second passage, which you're not going to move on past that, only reading the second passage. After you have finished reading the second passage, you're going to take your packet and you're going to put it in your yellow folder, okay, and then you're just going to silent read at your seat. So the only thing you're doing with your partner is your buddy reading the passage 1. Everything else is by yourself. Tomorrow we will continue on through the packet, so please don't worry about anything else. Okay, just worry about reading together and then answering questions 1 by yourself and reading passage 2. I think you guys are going to be really great at this. I know you guys are going to work very well together. I'm really excited for the sub to hear all of the kind conversations that you're having with your partner and also following the expectations and the rules that are set up in our classroom. Whenever the substitute teacher pauses this video, the instructions, the 4 steps that you have for your next task for the rest of the reading lesson are going to be posted. So if you get confused and you don't know what to do, look up on the board because they will be there. Okay? You're going to be doing this at a level 1 when you're reading with your partner, so that's whispering, so only you and your partner can talk. And then when you go to your seat, the rest of the time it's going to be at a level 0. This is your last thing for the day. After this, we're going to do our end of the day check, and then we're going to do our pack up. So I know you guys really want to end this day on a great note. I know I want to come back to a great sub note, and we really want to earn some of those potato pieces. So that's all I really have to say. You will not see me anymore in this video, but I know you guys are going to do a fabulous, fabulous job, and I cannot wait to see you guys on Thursday. All right. Love y'all, and I will see you later. Bye.